Yeah, everything in the fucking world that uses this gay boy gun nut Peter Thiel two-factor authentication horse shit of, we're going to send you a code and you put that code in this. If I don't have a fucking working cell phone, that ain't going to work, buddy. I'm standing here in Walmart, trying to get access to the free Wi-Fi, but it's not going to work because I don't have a fucking cell phone number. I put in a phone number, that's for a phone number. Yeah, we gave Mom's fucking phone number on the wall, the landline, in 158 St. James over there in Idlehour, where the bitch won't let me in the fucking house because she's a pathological narcissist, untreated ACOA, OCD, with oppositional defiant disorder when it comes to me. I guess because I look exactly like her daddy. And then my shit nigger brother got in the way and that motherfucker hadn't done anything for me in my entire goddamn life. And now he's like calling me. He rolled up on me in the Idlehour shopping center, started calling me piece of shit, motherfucker. I'm like, who is this nigger? Like, I've spoken one word to that fucking white nigger in 17 years since Dad died, and he's an angry motherfucker and fat as fuck. Ugly, like 4 chins. I didn't know who he was. Somebody rolls up to you in the car and says, hey, motherfucker, you looking for a ride to the house? I'm like, nobody talks to me that way. What kind of shit nigger white person talks that way, right? It's like my brother. I never have had much of a family, but that's how it goes. So we managed to have a sleeping on the floor in this fucking homeless shelter is just like torturous on my body and what it's doing. And I woke up this morning and I was like completely dysregulated and didn't know where I was, and they roust you out at 5:30 and you got to pick up all your shit, and I cannot manage this bag with my body. I just can't fucking lift it anymore or carry it. They want you to carry all your shit around, and there's nowhere to put anything, and they have to do some kind of intake and before they can ever get me into a dorm where I might have a blocker or something to do shit. I don't know. I can't keep up with the times and the rules and when you got to do shit, and so we leave. I'm autistic, okay? I have an anxiety disorder. I have, internal family system, split cells that come out. And here's the fucking thing. This is the crux of my entire problem. Mom's like, you can't control your anger. I can't handle the stress, blah, 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 blah. And then she says this bullshit which says, like, I'm writing your ass off, and you're not coming in this fucking house. But she won't make a straight declarative statement so you can understand what the fuck she means. And what she's really saying is, you're not allowed to have feelings, nor are you allowed to express them if I don't like them, right? That's the whole goddamn problem in my head. That's the abuse, that's the neglect, that's the ignoring in the imago theory, blah, 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 of the encroaching mother and the passively neglectful father. She's doing the same fucking thing now that she's done for the last 5.5 decades, right? You shouldn't think that, you shouldn't say that, you shouldn't do that, you shouldn't, and she disagrees with every fucking thing that comes out of my mouth. This is not a goddamn Steve Cobb problem, but the bitch has put me out of the house because of some, her own bullshit. I have to, they were worried you're violent, bullshit. I don't have a fucking violent bone in my body, but I'm absolutely allowed to have feelings. I'm allowed to get angry. I'm allowed to express that anger, especially when you do stupid shit like you did to me where you took my fucking sandwich away and said, you can't eat that. I think a 59-year-old man should be able to eat his own goddamn sandwich in his own fucking room without you getting in the way of it. I don't want ants. I don't give a fuck. I got a thing on a napkin. It's going to be gone in 30 seconds. But you had to jump in the middle of it and then came in the fucking room and took the goddamn thing away and went back and set it on the dining room table. You come in here and eat that. Fuck you, woman. You don't get to tell me what to do like that. It's just not the way it's going to work. So when I say, what did I say? I said, I'm not going to deal with this shit with you. And I picked it up and I walked back in my room. And then you ran upstairs. You could see the fucking rage in her eyes. You said no to me. I can't. You didn't do it. Fucking rage. And she goes upstairs and calls shit nigger fucking Warren Cobb. Warren Cobb. Fucking shit nigger of a white man, Warren Cobb, my piece of shit brother, calls him, and that nigger calls the fucking popo on me. Holy fuck, I've been nothing but traumatized by cops and shit and sleeping in my car for fucking years, and this shit nigger piece of shit cocksucking asshole of a motherfucker, my brother, calls the fucking police on me, and I got a pack in the middle of it. I'm like, dudes, I got to go to the bathroom. He's like, well, you just do it with the door open. I'm like, now they're fucking prison guards watching me take a shit in my my own home, which mom has made exclusively, absolutely clear. You don't live here. This is not your home. Bitch wouldn't give me a fucking key to the place when I came back. I mean, I had a key growing up there. I'd come and go as I pleased. I mean, we had wars over curfews and me climbing out the window and whatever the shit else, but at least I had a key. And I don't remember. I had one when I came. Well, I still had all my keys, right? We lost our good set of keys with the Sean Corn incident in Canyon City when I don't know, man. I can't seem to get anybody to, I'm never going to get my mother to understand anything because she's not able to see past the end of her fucking nose, that she had any part to do anything. Well, blame doesn't do anything. That's the first thing she said. Well, blame doesn't do any good. Fuck yes, it does. It separates you from me and my responsibility in this bullshit and where yours are. And unless you can look at your own and try to moderate your behavior and do something, find some fucking empathy or some compassion or some understanding for, your son who's mentally ill, your lesbian in a man's body son who's mentally ill and has anxiety disorder and has split cells and has had 5 hip replacements and a spine surgery and has been traumatized out the ass for years on end, has complex PTSD from all the stress of having been homeless for 3 years in the U.S. and 2 years and trying to get you to send me enough fucking money so I can get back here so I could get some health care and say, yes, mother, it's all your goddamn fault. And then these shit nigger whites on the Google YouTube, you're a grown man, why would you accept your house mother to help you? Because you don't know my fucking family and the Ouroboros of abuse that we've all had to live with. Holy motherfucking Christ to God. It's just, so we walked all the way down Russell Cave. See, I've never been out here. This was the black end of town, right? The north end, like Winburn Junior High. You hear these names, you know where they are more or less, but like nobody ever goes here. So we're walking down Russell Cave Road. It's a long fucking way from, I don't know. We try to establish patterns everywhere we go, right? I need to have things to do and and we get up and we walk to Thornton's and this woman shorted me on change by like $12. It was $5.73 and I got the little 23 cents back and I shoved it in my pocket because there were people behind me and they're rushing you and shit. And so it's like, oh, I shoved it in my pocket. And then I get out and I check it and it was like $7 plus the 23 cents. I'm like, what was she trying to do? Because the 23 would have made 6, right? That would have been 14. And then she gave me 2. I'm like, was she trying to give me a 10 and 2 ones? No, that would have only been 12. I don't know. I lost like $12 or $14 that I can ill afford to lose, but that's the way it is. Everything goes that way. Everything. I get everything exactly the way I don't want it. And it's about to come a storm. There's some really, really low clouds that are black hanging over this place. And we begin another day of our shit existence with our fucked up, dysfunctional family and the results of having to live through that and trying to come back here to try to have a life again. I really wanted to see what kind of my shit was left. And the woman just was incapable of protecting me or my stuff and didn't give a shit enough about it to try. And that's the same way she is now. She's only concerned about her own shit and doesn't want to deal with anything else. I mean, I had 17 boxes of books of one-of-a-kind things that I'd carefully curated and all that. The art collection is upstairs, and so anybody, if I die, Samantha's Story, the one that I left you in the will, it's upstairs, and there's a few others. I don't remember the will. The will's down at Sullivan, Papane, Block, McGrath, and Canavo, and Dr. Greg Werner has a copy since he was an executor. I'm going to die before I ever get any fucking health care or dental care. We got this thing as 35 different infections I've pushed out of here and mental health care. It just doesn't fucking exist. And housing, no, you can't find it. And a lawyer to get me my SSDI that they've denied me twice over 5 fucking years, no, can't find it. So we're glomming on to the Wi-Fi here in the front room of... I don't own a coat anymore. I was like thinking about winter. Like, I don't even have a coat anymore. All my clothes. I mean, if you knew me, and that's the thing, the 300 emails that I sent her over those 2 years, if you know me, if you know what's important to me, if you know the way that I am in the world, you would understand that the language that I used is desperate and in distress and unlike anything you've ever heard out of me before. You know, when I say, I can't do this, I don't want to do this, I don't want to be here, I don't want to live here. Why the fuck do you keep sending me small amounts? Don't send me $600, that's not enough. Why the fuck do you do that? And she keeps doing it over and over and over, and there's a list of fucking things. Now she's opening my mail and calling me, oh, they say your account's overdrawn, they're going to close it, I got to go put money in. I'm like, you can't mind your own fucking business, but, you know, You mind mine really fucking well when you choose to, but you never do what I fucking ask you to do, and you disagree with every goddamn thing I say. So we're gonna walk downtown, maybe back to McCarthy's, sit on the bar and see if this fucking thing will upload. It might take a half an hour, but I can't battle this bullshit. That's what I'm saying. I cannot battle this woman's insanity. It's like, because it's now affecting my life and my well-being, and I'm sleeping on the hallway of the floor of a homeless shelter because this miserable fucking cunt wouldn't allow me in her house and try to accommodate me, and is so goddamn intransigent that, she's never going to. I keep telling people, other people in these emails, like, if I wait for her to help me, I'm going to fucking die. 10, 10, 12, 12, I don't know. It's all numbers. It's all energy. Energy in a meat sack, runs on sunlight and sugar. My fucking shit nigger of a brother, Warren Cobb, he seemed really fucking happy with himself. He said, I was the one that called Janice and had her cut you. I'm like, okay, I don't know. Why are you a shit nigger like that? He's like, Mom didn't call the police. I called the police. I'm like, all right, why are you a shit nigger like that? Why don't you try helping me once in a while for once in your fucking life, you miserable piece of shit? Bye, y'all.